Okay, this is practice problem number 1, balancing equations. We have aluminum plus oxygen produces aluminum oxide. Now, if you remember our rules, which I'll go down to our rules really quick, first we want to count the number of each type of element on the left side and right side. So I'll just draw a line down the middle here. That always helps me. So we only have 2 elements in this problem right here. We have aluminum, and we have oxygen on each side, right? How many aluminums do we have on this side? Well, there's no subscript, so that means we just have 1 aluminum on this side. And how many oxygens do we have? We have the 2 right there. So that means we have 2 oxygens. On our other side, aluminum. Now we have a subscript. It is 2. That means we have 2 aluminums over here. And we have 3 oxygens because of the subscript. Everybody see that? All right, good. Now, our next step. Look at the number of atoms on each side. We just did that. We have 1 aluminum here, 2 here, 2 oxygens here, and 3 here. So they are not equal, so we do need to balance the equation. Always leave hydrogen and oxygen for last. So we're not going to worry about oxygen yet. First, we are going to try to balance aluminum. And how do we do that? We do that by adding coefficients, which remember the coefficient is a large number in front of the symbol. We do that by adding coefficients in front of the aluminums to see if we can make them equal. So we have 1 aluminum over here and 2 aluminums over here. So how in the world can we make those equal? What can we possibly do to make those equal? Well, we can go ahead and we can add, since we need this over here, we need this over here to be 2, we can just go ahead and add a 2 right here in front of the aluminum. So now we have 2 Al, so that we switch that, and now it's 2. And look at that, our aluminums are equal. Yay! Go Team Aluminum. Oxygens though. Oxygens are not equal. So we've balanced the aluminums. Now we need to try to balance the oxygens. Now how are we going to balance the oxygens? Well, we have 2 oxygens over here, and we have 3 oxygens over here. How in the world can we get 2 to become 3? Well, one way, if you use your calculator, if you did 3 divided by 2, it would give you 1.5. See? 3 divided by 2, 1.5. I know that was backwards, but you probably saw it anyway. Meaning, we could go ahead and put a 1.5 right here, right? 1.5. And sorry I'm writing that large. There wasn't space right there. Kind of create space right now. And then my 2 is off. But that's all right because we can fix it because we have an eraser. Okay. If we had O2 right here. And then I put a 1.5 in front of it. 1.5. Okay, now everything is equal, right? Now we have 3 here and everybody's happy, yes? No. Unfortunately, you cannot put 0.5s. You cannot put halves. There's not half an atom. We can't do that. We have to have whole ones. So what in the world are we going to do? How are we going to get these equal? Well, all you have to do is make sure these are all whole numbers, right? We have 2, we have 1.5, and don't have a coefficient here. What we can do to make this a whole number is multiply it by 2, right? If we multiplied this by 2, that means we'd have to times the entire thing by 2. Like we'd have to multiply all of this by 2. So we'll end up 2 times 2 is 4. So you have 4 Al plus, and then we did 1.5 times 2. That was the whole reason we did this. So we have 3 O2, and then that is going to result. We had to multiply this by 2. It was a 1, but now it's going to be a 2, and it'll be 2 Al 2 O, O3. Right there. And now we have all whole numbers in front. Make sure they equal each other. We have 4 aluminums over here. We have 1, 2 times 2. We have 4 aluminums over here. Oxygens, we have 3 times 2. That is 6 oxygens over here. And over here we have 2 times 3. So that's 6 oxygens over there. So in the end, we have balanced the equation. Now, recap how I did that. All you do is try to put whatever coefficient you can to make both sides equal. If that coefficient ends up being a non-whole number, like a 1.5, a 2.5, or 3.5, all you do is multiply the whole equation, all the coefficients, to get whole numbers. And that's why I did here. I had a 1.5, I had to multiply it by 2 to get 3, but that meant I also had to multiply this by 2 to get 4, and this by 2 to get 2. Other important note, these subscripts right here never change. Never, ever, 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 ever change. Ever. Don't ever change them. You have to do only change the coefficients. The subscripts never change, and you can never break up aluminum and oxygen. That always stays together. All you're changing is the coefficients. As example number 1, you can look at example number 2 next. Hopefully you got that right. See it. Go to example number 2. Until next time.